All right, thank you very much for joining and good morning. I hope you are all enjoying your holiday. Thank you so much once again. And thank you, Dr. Jiboye, teaching us everything about office or street productivity for the past 4 days. Thank you. During this training, you've been able to learn several things, such as how to create a wonderful MS Word, a professional Word document, how to design a Google form, how to create a slide using Google Slide, and many more like that. And today we'll continue the training. As discussed before, today will be the last training for the year, and we'll continue, next year, God helping us. All right. So let me give the floor to Dr. Jiboye to continue the training. Thank you very much, Dr. Jiboye. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir, for that introduction. And I want to welcome everyone once again to today's training. Yeah, good morning this morning. I hope you have been trying out some of the things you have been learning so far. Can you remind me some of the things you learned yesterday? You were in class yesterday. Can you remind me some of the things you learned? Just deliver them on the chat box. All right, Google Slides, Google Forms. All right. Okay, what about Google Slide and Google Form did you learn? I think we talked about different things as well. So which aspect? What did you really learn? How to do animation and transitions. That's a good one. Okay, who else is there? How to insert tables and images. Good. How to create Google Forms. Good. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else did you learn? Importance of animations on PowerPoint and Google Slides. Okay, that's good. Who else is writing something? We are still in the morning in this part of the world. Somebody is saying good night. Transitions and formatting on PowerPoint and Google Slides. Transitions and animations. Okay. Transitions, how to insert tables and images. Excellent, excellent. Now, it's not just all about learning. All of these things we have been talking about, I believe you will agree with me. It's about putting them to use. It's about ensuring when you are preparing your own documents, you are applying all of this. While reviewing some of the assignments you submitted, I found out that not many of you actually applied what you learned while working on your MS Word. And you know what that means? Well, not to scare you, we are gradually losing marks. I believe you were told that that particular assignment is 20 marks. Okay, let's say 19 marks. But there was a free 1 mark allotted yesterday to everyone. So if you have learned so much around how to format your document and how to ensure that you use the proper styling, proper paragraphing, numbering list, proper cross-referencing, proper, what's it called? Proper automatic generation of TOC, table of content. I saw that some of you just went into your laptop, copy some of the documents you have on it, and you sent it back to us. That's very unfair. And assuming you have even used what I taught you on that document, would have been a very good one. So in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I would love to take questions based on some of the things we've learned before. So if you have a question while you were trying to make use of some of the things you learned maybe last week, you got stuck, you've watched the video again and again, and it still it still remains the same. So you can type your questions directly on the chat box, and you can be assured that I will attend to it before we go proper into today's class. So please, if you have questions, you can send them in now. You can send them in. Else, I will ask you questions. So I will just wait for about 30 seconds, believing somebody is typing. And if I see no question, I will ask some questions. I found out that some of you are still pressing enter, 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 enter to move the next topic or the next title of your work to the next page. And I think I told you the implication of that while we were in the MS Word class. That at the end of the day, if you have to add anything to the previous section, then there'll be a problem, because it means automatically it's going to send the ones you have controlled using enter to either the middle of the page or the next, or the bottom of the page. So, any question, any question? When I was creating the table of contents with a function, it only recognized from 1.3 instead of 1.1. Could it be a mistake I made or something else? What could have happened there is perhaps your 1.1 and 1.2, you didn't use correct styling there, or you did not even style it at all. Maybe that particular title wasn't styled. Remember, when you are doing your TOC, it will ask you the template you want to use. Is it to 3 or to 4? So if you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and you also have heading 4, which is possible, not unlikely. So if you click heading 1 to 3, if you click 3, that means it's going to only bring out the styling you have done for heading 1 to 3. But if you didn't put, while you were typing the title for 1.1 and 1.2, you don't do the proper styling for that. When you do your automatic table of content, it may not appear. So you can go and check 1.1 and 1.2 again to be sure you actually included it in your styling. Then I also observed some of you were typing directly your numbering or number list. Like this particular person that asked me 1.1, 1.1, 1.3. You are not expected to keep typing those 1.1, 1.2. The first thing you have to do is to just click your number list and make sure you have clicked the right one for the first one. And the moment you are doing the next, you just keep clicking, clicking. The advantage that one we have is that by the time you have any corrections to be made, you don't need to be typing all over again. The moment you delete any of the number list, the others will automatically adjust itself to the correct numbering. So I saw that some of you were typing the number yourself instead of using the number list on the paragraph page. So please go and watch the video over and over for you to be able to be a master of this that we're doing. So yesterday we stopped at, I will soon share my screen, just a moment. We also did Google Slides, yeah. So we worked on Google Slides, and we were able to create our slides, to also do the slideshow, and as well share with other collaborators. And we also started our Google form and how to as well publish the results. So I will share my screen now, and for us to start proper. Entire screen. All right, you can see my screen. Can you please give me your best emoji? You can see my screen now. Give me your best emoji. Can't see anybody giving me that yet. Can't see my screen. Let me be sure. You can see my screen. Well, I can. Are you sure you are with me on this in this class today? All right. Oh, sorry. I've seen. Yes. Good. All right. So let's get started. So yesterday we worked on our form. Remember that 9 dots and scroll to where you have forms. And I'll be very fast because we have 2 more things or 3 more to cover today. So please pay attention. So here's our form. And of course, we created this particular form yesterday under recent forms. And for the forms you have shared, let me back so that for the forms that you have collaborators on, you will see something that looks like the body shape of human head or whatsoever, telling you have shared that particular form with someone or with some collaborators. For the one that is only yours, you won't see such in front. Like you can see for this, you can see this telling you this form is being shared with someone, whereas for this party invites, you can see that that means only you can access that form. So I'm clicking this that we worked with you. And remember, we have published this form. If perhaps you didn't or you forgot to copy the link, it's not a problem. Just come to where you have copy responder link, just to the top right. I believe you can see my cursor. I don't know where my screen is. So you can see my cursor. If you click on that, it's going to bring the link for the responder. Responder means those you want to fill the form. What is happening here? Okay, while that is loading, so a link, so you shorten it, and of course, after shortening it, you can send it to as many people that you want to fill the form. I don't know why I think my Chrome is getting overworked. Let me close some things up there. Let me try and close some document, just a moment. Okay. Oops. Sorry about that. Everything actually got closed. So I have to start afresh Opening my Google again, I mean my Chrome. All right. Okay, so where do we go from here? Google Forms. Like yesterday, I told you can use it for your survey.
Oh, thank you so much. Dr. Jiboye will be joining very soon. As you know, he was having a challenge with his laptop, and he will be back very soon. Notwithstanding, if you have any question, please ask it now before Dr. Ajiboye comes on. Is there any question whatsoever based on what we have been learning for the past 1 week now? Is there any question from Google Doc, Google Form, even Google Sheets? Okay, for those on Google Meet, Esther, Olasumbo, Laima, Tumife, do you have any question? Okay. Okay, Olasumbo, no question. All right, thank you. Laima, no question. All right, thank you very much. Okay, I can see a question here from Oyin. Oyin is asking, how can one delete blank pages? How can one delete blank pages? I don't know if Dr. Ajiboye has answered that question. How can one delete a blank page? Okay, let me know if Dr. Ajiboye has answered that question. Otherwise, I can answer it. Oyin, if you are still here, I don't know if your question has been answered. If your question has been answered, all right. I think Dr. Ajiboye is available now. Hi, Dr. Ajiboye, are you there? Hello, Dr. Ajiboye. You can unmute yourself. Thank you. Oyin, has your question been answered? How can one delete a blank page or blank pages? Okay, Dr. Ajiboye is back. Hi, Dr. Ajiboye. We cannot hear you. Dr. Ajiboye, please check your laptop or system. We can't hear you now. But let me share my screen so that I can show you how to delete a blank page in MS Word. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, now I have this page, as you can see, it's a blank page. Let me just generate something, let's say rand, 12, 13, something like this. Okay, I have this. And sometime, let's say that you now have another page like this, okay, which is a blank page, as you can see. If you want to print it, right, if you are not careful, the blank page will also come up with the printing. So to delete a blank page like this, what you just do is to come to the end of the document like this, and you hold on your delete key on your keyboard. You hold it very tightly. You hold it until you will not be able to see the blank page again. As you can see, there is no longer a blank page. What I did was that I hold on the delete key. Then you hold it as if you are fighting with your keyboard, and then you will see those blank pages being deleted. And now, if you print this one now, you will see that no blank page will come up, in your printing. For example, you can see this is page 4. All right, this is page 3, this is page 2, and this is page 1. So with this now, there won't be any blank page again. Because many a time when I look at documents that people are submitted, you always see blank page, following them, and it is not professional enough. So that means that anything that will clutter your work, you need to remove them. And this is an example of how to do that. So, Dr. Ajiboye, are you available now? Hi, Dr. Jiboye. All right, Dr. Jiboye is still not available. Okay, is there any question again? All right, Oyin, I just answered your question now. I hope that is clear now. Okay, any question again? Please, let's be asking questions until Dr. Jiboye comes on. Sir, how we start another page without pressing enter? Okay. So, for example, let's say we have this page, this one here, and you want to start a new page, without pressing enter. Of course, there's a shortcut behind it.
Yes, I'm back.
All right, you're back. Okay, welcome, sir. So before I give you the chance, sir, I want to quickly answer this question. The question is, how can we start another page without pressing enter? Okay, just like Dr. Adiboye said the other time, so you can click on the layout. All right, and you come to the breaks. You can see under breaks, and then you can click on section breaks. Immediately you click on section breaks, then you can see that it will jump to the next page without pressing enter. Yeah, another shortcut is you press Control and enter. So that will also gives you the opportunity to have or to jump to the next page. And that is how to do it. All right, thank you very much. Dr. Ajiboye, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you so much for holding up. I never knew my Chrome got crashed, so but I'm back now. All right, so as we were saying, we were exploring the Google form we started with yesterday. And I said, perhaps you forgot to save the link, you can still come back and come to this your top right, where you have something that looks like a ring with a bar inside, and you can see copy responder link. So we click on it, it brings a very long link. Then you click shorten URL to make it a bit interesting. And if you're also interested in making a barcode from it, you have a lot of websites where you can generate your barcode instead of using link. I just copy and, of course, you send out to your responders. So after you have sent them out, what is left for you as the original owner is to now come to see how many people have responded real time. So you do that, you can see where you have responses. So this is telling me that I have 2 responses on this particular form that I sent out. So and I'm happy that we just have 2. So if you have 1,000 responses, it can as well take that. If you have a number of them, if you are dealing with a project where you have quite voluminous, as much as possible, you can have them there, and you can see the summary where each of the questions and the responders, their information, and you can see that your form is already giving you some nice charts, doing some little analysis for you right from the responses of your responders. So for example, if you look at the sex, where we have just 2 responses, you can easily copy this chart and also go and paste on your Google slide. So all you just need is, of course, copy and take it and paste it inside your Google slide or your Microsoft PowerPoint as number, I mean the pie chart describing very quite a number of responses there. The next after that, okay, before we leave here, you can as well link this to your Google Sheet. You can still link to Google Sheets. What this will do, for example, I will click on it now. So it will open a spreadsheet for you and is asking you, do you want to create this new spreadsheet? And you have the title. If you look carefully, see the same title we gave our form is the same title that is appearing here. If you want to change the name, of course, all you just do is give it the proper name you want to give it and click on create. If you want to select an existing spreadsheet, perhaps you want it on an existing spreadsheet inside your Google Sheet, you can click and it will also select, and that will take you to an existing. But now let's create a new spreadsheet. So you click on create, and that automatically will take us or take the responses into a spreadsheet where you can have a broader view of the timestamps. That means the time individual responder actually respond or filled the form, to give you the date, give you the time, and the other responses they gave with respect to the question. That is still loading. I'm sure it will load up soon. So while that is loading, you also have another part in your responses telling you, giving information about each of the questions, like the first question up to the last question. Then individual responses also can also come if you want to review the responses from each of the individual responders. Then the last part there is your settings. I don't know, but you will agree with me that you must have perhaps done some quiz related test using Google Form. That can as well be done on Google Form. For example, you will set a question, options A to D, about 10 or 15 questions, and you want it to be in form of a quiz. So in that case, you are going to change the settings. And you first, of course, you know that while you are doing all the questions, when you are setting all the questions, that means most importantly, in those options where we are defining the kind of questions you are going to pick, you will either use your multiple choice or perhaps check boxes. Check boxes will be needed if you have more than one, when you have multiple answers. You know, there are some questions where you could have multiple answers, A and B, or you want the people to pick more than one options. Then you can use check boxes. If it's just one out of various options, then multiple choices. Drop down simply means that instead of all the options showing at the same time, the responder can click on the drop down and pick whichever one is correct for them to see. So in that case, you have to mark this, make this a quiz. And of course, when you are making questions a quiz, it means you have to definitely set some rules and some other settings to ensure that it's achieved. Now, it's not asking you, do you want to release the grades immediately after submission? You can say later you don't want to, or if you want to, you must have filled some forms or answer some quiz questions such that immediately you submit, the answer is popping up. 13/15, 18/20, telling you got 18 marks. So here is where you can do that. If you want that to happen immediately, you click on immediately after each submission. Now, this is now asking you many other things you will do, settings you will do. By the time you read each of what each mark or unmark is saying, you will know whether to mark or not. It's saying respondent can see which questions were answered correctly. You must have seen some forms you filled or some tests or quizzes you did, such that immediately after you have submitted, they showed you your scores, and you see the ones you got correctly and the ones you missed out. If you want that happen, then you click, you mark this. If you don't want it to happen, you don't mark it. You want them to see correct answers after grades are released. Can you see? If you want it marked, you leave it. If you don't want, respondent can see total points and points received for each question. So then you can as well set the number of points. Maybe each question carries 1 mark, and you set it at 1 point. Each question carries 5 marks, you set it at 5 points. And again, the next after that is you want to manage how responses are collected and collated. All of that are also important if you are doing, if you need some other, there are some forms you fill, they don't require your email addresses. There are some that does require your email addresses. So there are some settings you do that the email addresses will be collated as well. Then as well, you may want to allow response editing. You must have submitted some forms before, and you see where questions are being asked. Do you want to edit your response? So this is where you control that. For example, the assignment you submitted, if we wanted you to be able to edit it, we are going to select it. Allow response editing. Responses can be changed after being submitted. In such instances, you might receive an email, or the moment you click the link again, if you recognize that you have filled the form before, I will now ask you, do you want to edit your responses? And that you will, of course, mark this. So another is saying limit to 1 response. What will this do? For example, if I'm giving you a test, definitely I will leave it at 1 response. I don't expect you to do it after you have observed that you didn't do it very well. Now quickly open the link again and you are doing it again. No, that will not be allowed. So you can limit to 1 response, and it means you have to check this and mark it. So, of course, file upload, we have talked about that yesterday. And some other very important settings you also have to look into. This one is saying, do you want to collect emails? Mark questions required by default. If you mark this, it means whenever you open that form, all the questions default will be required by the responder. So it means all the questions must be answered before they can be able to submit their responses. So that is very, very important while also editing or managing your questions. All right, that's about settings. Now let's check if our Google Sheet is ready. Very good, very good. So now you have it. Remember, we have 2 responses or 2 responders. Thank you, Basa and Tumife. Thank you for doing that for us, for giving us opportunity to work with that. So you can see the timestamp is telling you the time each of them actually attempted filling the forms. You have it at 29/12/2025 and at 12:09. 12:09. And the other person at 12:21 p.m. So, and you can see some of the information they gave us as well. The ones you can see, the ones that were in compulsory, either they filled in something or not, we can see they were still able to submit because we didn't make that compulsory. That's interesting to see and know, and all that you have been taught about Google Sheet can as well be maximized with that. I don't know why my PowerPoint is not okay. If it's not working, let me move it into slides. Okay, so the next, yes, I think I talked about sharing yesterday. I talked about sharing. I'm not sure I did. Remember that if it's not only you, let's say your boss, your lecturer, or anyone says, help me put up a Google form, and for the program we'll be having so time, so that we can set it out for people to pre-register before the due date. And you want him to check or to also be able to edit. Of course, always remember, until you share with such a person, the person will not be able to have any control or share control with you. So you click on your share. Let me go back and do that again. You come here, just on your top right beside your published. You click on share. And what do? You include the email of the person or the lecturer or the individual, and you say find attached or find the link or find the access to the form below, and you click send. Now, if you just leave him as a responder, you will only be able to respond, that is, fill the form without having a major control. I want him to be an editor so that he'll be able to view and delete form responses as well. And of course, I send, and the email will be sent to him for him to be able to have that level of control as well. Don't forget, for instance, the assignment you submitted yesterday, we told you that by, I think, was it 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., that the submission will close. So how do you control submission being closed? Then remember, the moment you have published the form, it remains published, and definitely everyone that has the link will be able to respond to the link. So what do you do if you want to stop collecting responses? So as long as it remains open, everyone will be able to fill your form. So what do? You come back to your publishing, like where you have your published. You can see published, top right. That's where my mouse is hovering now. Your top right, where you have published. So you click on it. When you click on it, then you can see it's saying that this form is still accepting responses. You can see it's marked. It's still accepting responses. So as long as this is marked, you keep accepting responses. What do you do when you want to stop accepting responses? You unmark it or you uncheck it. And at that, don't forget to save. If you don't save, it will still remain as accepted. So the moment you click that, you can see it's saying not accepting responses. Responder will see this message when the form is closed for responses. Now, you may want to edit. I forgot to mention that. I will still go back and explain that now. You may want to give a special message to everyone that will click the link after you have stopped accepting responses. This is just the default message. This form is no longer accepting responses. If it's an application, you can simply say, this application is closed, right? And you click save. So what does it mean? Everyone that now opens the form, let me quickly make you see that. Anyone that now opens the form, any time or any moment from now, we definitely see that information that, oh, this application is closed. You can see Google Productive Attendance, this application is closed. That was the message I put there, right? So because I am the editor, that's why I'm saying resume collecting responses. Only form editor can see this link. That's why I'm seeing that link, because I'm also the one who is controlling that particular form. So very important. One more thing under your settings before we go is that message that can appear to the moment your responders feel, trying to look for that. Now, after your responder fills the Google form, they can as well see a message that, thank you for filling this Google form. Join our WhatsApp community group. And so you now have the community link put there. So if let's keep scrolling, we soon see where to see that. Yeah. So on that presentation, I didn't open that up the other time. Let me close all of this so that you can see them quickly. Good. Okay, let me close them up. Fine. So under your settings, you remember you see questions responses settings. Under your settings, you have responses. We have worked on that the other time. I've explained what that means. Then we have presentations. Presentations. I didn't explain that. So please, what will this do? This will help you. You can see it's saying, how do you want your form to be presented? Do you want it to show progress bar? What will progress bar do? Let me publish or allow accepting responses again so that you see. What will progress bar do? Progress bar will only show the responder the level at which they are progressing while filling the form. So if I leave it checked, under the form, it will be showing like a blue bar or a green bar, depending on the theme you use, giving information to the responder that you are moving gradually, you have gotten to the middle of the form, you are now almost at the end of the form, you have finally completed the form. That will also do that. For example, if you are doing quiz for a number of people, large number of audiences, or you don't want, you want to at least minimize bias from multiple people, you can also shuffle your questions. What does it mean? Question 1 at my hand may not be question 2, maybe question 3 at the other hand, so I can shuffle questions as well. For example, if you are using it for test, you can shuffle questions, shuffle options, shuffle the answers as well. So my option A may be different from your option A, and your option C might be my option D. So you control them at those presentation, settings and presentation under your settings. Then after that, after submission, you are now being asked, what confirmation message do you want to show? This is the default message you will see. The default message is saying your response. Thank you for filling the form, right? Kindly join our WhatsApp community, Then, of course, you now copy the link of the WhatsApp community and paste it there. Then you save. So what that means is that after the responder fills the message, fills the form, this message will pop up on a screen, and the message will read that, and the responder can copy that link and then click on it and join the group or wherever. So then show link to submit another response. If I don't want that, I will also uncheck, and that is that about your Google form. Now, for example, I want to show you how the show bar will look like. Let's see if it's going to load. Now that we have started accepting response. Good. So this is the progress bar I was talking about. You can see it's telling me I am like at the half part of this form. You can see a blue line here. If I fill this form, if I fill this starting point now, let me accept this and call this and this and this and this mail. So by the time I click next, you see that this blue bar will move forward to the next as well, telling me I'm almost at the tail end. You can see moving into green now. I'm almost at the tail end of submitting my form. So if I fill this as well, remember everyone you see that is being starred indicates required questions. So let's say I fill this, science, I say chemistry, then I'm not interested in uploading my profile image because it's not compulsory. Any other information, let's say I put excellent, then I say submit. And you see bringing out that information. You can see, thank you for filling the form. Join WhatsApp community. Remember, I didn't put the link, so I could have put the link and then I'm good to go. And I will just click on the link and be able to join. So now you will see that, remember, I've included my own response now. So if I click on my Google form, my Google Sheet, so what can you see? can see that the earliest response now, the one I just did, or okay, that should be the latest response, has been included. The one I filled on 30th of December 2025 at 10:57 a.m. Can see that's my record there, telling me another person has. So automatically, your Google Sheet will be updating the responses from your Google form immediately, and you can as well access it anywhere. And you can then begin to do your data analysis if it's data required stuff. You can begin to do all manner of insert. For example, let's say I want to make this a chart. I want to make this a chart. So I can decide to say, okay, I want to insert a chart using that particular data. And when I click on it, it will give me a very interesting chart. Can you see that? So what I did was just to click on those data of male and female. I can see it gave me, I have 66.7% male to female. And I can, of course, copy and take it to my presentation. And of course, remember, good, and I will love to go to my presentation, to my slides now. Remember, yesterday when we were doing our slides, we didn't have a chart with, we didn't have a slide with a chart. So I'm going to go back to one of the slides we worked with yesterday now, and I will now insert the chart I just made. So let me go back to my slides, to make you see that everything is on the cloud. Everything is collaborative, and without stress, you have them all linked up together. So this was the slide we were working on yesterday. We're working on this yesterday. So let me allow it to load and just put something somewhere. Okay, let me delete this and insert a slide, a chart here. Some font, that's not a problem. So I need a chart. Then I came to insert. Under insert, I came to chart. Under chart, then I said I want from sheet. I want my slide, my chart from sheet. So which of the sheets is now going to ask me? I will now select that same sheet I just made now. And of course, while that is loading, let's just wait for it to come up. So to bring, you can see, it's telling me this is the most recent sheet I've worked with. Is it this sheet? Yes. I will click on it. And when I click on it, I can easily and safely insert. Of course, it's important. Remember yesterday, he told us that that particular sheet doesn't have a chart, but this one does have a chart. It's not saying link to spreadsheet. Yes, of course, I want to link to spreadsheet. And of course, I will click on it and I will say import. And automatically, it will import that particular chart. Now, let's now imagine that another responder comes in. Let me see if I can quickly fill that form again. Okay, let me try something now. I want to fill that form again using another detail so that it will now have like another mail, and that mail counterpart. And you now see what is going to happen to this particular chart that we have on this slide. Remember, we have come now from our Google form. We have moved from the Google form. Let me be sure this will work. Let me see. I'm supposed to use another account, but let me check first if this will work. So we have moved from our form to the sheet, then to slides. You can see the beautiful thing about it now. So the data you collected from your form, good, it's working. So that means it allows duplicate. So let me just quickly fill this up. Let me put another name. Let me say Daramola. Let me call this Otunayo. Let me call this another mail. Then let me call this Ondo. Then next, then next, then next, then next, then next. Okay. Let's call this any other information that's not compulsory. Oh, what's happening? This is not clicking. Okay. Faculty, let's call this arts. Arts. Department, let's call it, maybe, I don't know if sociology is in arts, but let's just put sociology and let's click submit. Now, we have just submitted another response. Let's now return back to good. You can see what is asking me. Do I want to update from my Google Sheet? So if I click update, you see what is going to happen immediately. Can you see? Beautiful. Before it was 66 mail, now it has shown us there's a new update on the count of sets, which is now 75. Remember, we are in Google Slide this time around. Google Slide this time around. And you can come to your sheet and also confirm if that has also happened. You can see that's also been affected here. And now you have a new entry also on your Google Sheet. So you can see how very, very interesting. You are still with me in class. Can you give me a yes? You are still with me in class. Give me a yes. You are still with me in class. Give me a yes. You are still with me in class. Give me a yes. Excellent. Thank you. 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 Yeah, excellent. I love that. I love that. I love that. Good, good, good. Excellent. So let's move. So now, by now, you can see how wonderful this is, linking one to the other, generating your data. Now, imagine if you have 1,000 responses. That's the same way everything will be auto updating itself. To be auto updating itself, your slide, you don't have problem. All you just do is click your refresh and everything sets itself as well. So you can see from the beginning of your work, you can set everything in motion and you don't have to struggle with the data you are working with. So the next thing we are going to be talking about quickly, let me put up the next. I will be very fast. Thank God I still have like 1 hour. I think that should be good enough to do. Next now is your Gmail. Yeah, Gmail. So, of course, your Gmail is one of the most trusted email platform used by billions for personal and professional communication. Billions of people. And that is why you will observe that if you log into any app, any software, they can be asking you for to just log into your Gmail because they believe if you have a Gmail account, the data provided can be trusted enough to have you signed up for most other applications. So it's a free web-based, like many other services we have described. And of course, you can collaborate real time as well. It's cloud-based. You can receive it on the internet, access it anywhere in the world. And it's completely free. I think about, just a moment, about 15 gigabyte space is always given for you to work with. Sorry, I want to just give me like just believe just a moment. Okay. Okay, if you are still in class and you can hear me, can you just type yes? And what have you gained today in the next one? Okay, you can hear me. I learned how to attach a link at the end of the form. Good. How to stop a link from accepting responses. Others, what have you learned? I'm only seeing, should I assume it was only Olasumbo that heard me clearly? What have you learned today? We have had a class for almost 45 minutes thereabout. So what have you gained today? That's the question I'm asking you before we move proper into Gmail. What have you gained today? How to set deadlines on Google Form. Excellent. How to share the form. Good. How to stop accepting responses. Fine. How to set timing and deadlines. Good. Let me see if I have anyone more. How to view response. Good. Okay. We are just entering introduction to Gmail. Oye Kashi. How to view response. How to link from. How to stop a link. Okay. From accepting response. Okay, how about how to link all of your data back to your slides and your sheet from your forms? I think we also did that. I hope you got that place too. How to use Google Form to edit and share form. Good. How to insert spreadsheet. Good. How to insert spreadsheet into your PowerPoint. Yes, we did that also. Thank you for that. All right. Good. So let's return to our Gmail. Yeah, quickly put on my power so that now, while using your Gmail, like I said, it's free, completely free, cloud-based email. You have about 15 gig free space, and then of course the business for businesses you can upgrade to your Google Workspace for premium features. I think that's either per month or annually. Then Google ecosystem can as well have access. The moment you open your Gmail, that 9 dots will press, most of the features there becomes available to you, like the Google Drive, the calendar, the Meet, Google Meet, and Chat for enhanced productivity, the slides, the sheets, the forms becomes easily available for you to use the moment you own a Gmail account. And the multi-device access, like we said, you can easily synchronize. But in fact, thank God for my Gmail. That's why if anything happens to my phone today now, I don't have problem with my contact. And for the past 10 years, I think, I've always synchronized my contact with my Gmail account such that by the time I open the Gmail on the new phone, all the contact becomes restored. How do you get started? I believe going to gmail.com, all of you should have a Gmail account by now. If you don't, at the end of this class, go and open one. And it's always nice to open a professional, to have a professional email address. Some of you will just put anything you like. Spider-Man crazy at gmail.com. Somebody will just put anything. Please, it is important. If you have your Gmail account not professional enough, go and create a fresh one. You can see that most of you, your Gmail account, as it relates to the school account as well, you can see it has either your surname or your first name with it. You know, and if you see any professional email like that, except if it's the one that is, even the one that is linked to your businesses as well, it's only end with the name of your business, maybe .com. A professional Gmail should read something about what you do, right? Like mine, ajiboye.clement@gmail.com. So, not that I will have to be telling people some people could just be funny, so it should be professional enough. Should be professional enough. A dot so.com, maybe your first name or your second name, your third name. Sometimes it may say the name is no longer available. Think of way around it of how you can probably put a number or a special case for it to go through. So that's in creating your account. So if you have an account already, all you just do is sign in. If you don't, you create a fresh account. Then you customize. We're going to get to that in a jiffy. You can set how the things will look like, the notifications, and then you start composing email. It is very, very important. I forgot I didn't even do a slideshow for this. So sorry. So it's very, very important that you know the components of composing a new email or replying an email. So you often see when you are trying to reply an email, you see something that looks like to. That to is saying, where is this email going to? And that's the recipient, the one that will receive that email. Then you have CC, which is carbon copy, for people who should see the email, but are not the main audience. So definitely your main audience will be on the to list. And for the carbon copy, they will see the email, but they are not the main audience of that email. Then you also see the BCC, blind carbon copy, for recipients hidden from others, useful for bulk emails. For example, I want to send 1,000 emails. I have all the email addresses. I don't want any of my recipients to see the emails of other recipients. I will use BCC, right? I will use BCC to achieve that. So the BCC will only see the sender and perhaps somebody that I copied. If I don't want, for example, you're about 115 or 100 plus, I don't want you all to slip into another person's email. I will use BCC. So you only see my email as the sender. Even though I send it to over 100 people, it will only deliver to you as a special recipient. You will not see every other person that email was sent to. And that's very, very important when you are doing bulk, because some people, they don't know how to reply emails. By the time you put all the responder at the to list, somebody who wants to reply only the sender will be sending reply to all of us on that email list. And that's why we've seen thank you, email well received. And everybody on the email list will be receiving that thank you. That is not appropriate. Subject of email, very important, short and precise. Meeting agenda for October 10 instead of info. Most especially when we are talking official or professional or a formal setting. You are sending an email to your friend, you can use anything you like, but when it becomes professional, you are sending an email to your lecturer, sending email to your supervisor, to the VC of the university, to the registrar. Make your subject short, concise, and precise. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be using shortcuts here and there. You know, I know most of you are Gen Zs, but at the same time, you have to be professional when it gets to professional matters, right? Don't be putting LOL inside your emails, most especially when you're sending professional emails and as a laughing out loud. With who? All right. Body of the email also very important. Keep it clear and concise. Use formatting boards for important, for the ones who want to show clarity. Attach file if needed. Proofread before sending eventually, and check spellings and correct all errors. So we're going to see how to put filters, put labels on your emails. What it does, it works like folders. You have some emails from banks. You don't want it to always disrupt some other important emails. You can create a label for email. You see an example very soon. You can create a label, and all emails that comes from the bank, you direct it to that place. Let them be entering that particular folder. Then you can set rules for automatic controls for your emails. All right. Good. So let's go. Let's go to the practical part. And the GP will do that. Now, if you look what you have on your screen now, you have been given some very, very professional tips, highly professional tips for managing your Gmail. Always check your inbox regularly. I've seen somebody that was sent an invite for an onboarding process after a test. She passed very well, and they sent the email like 2 or 3 times. And unfortunately, they gave deadlines, gave reminders, and she didn't see that email until about 2 weeks after, when the thing was already late. And it was so destabilizing for her. But it's nobody's fault. It was her fault. She couldn't organize her email well. She doesn't check her email regularly, and she missed a very, very important opportunity. So always clear your spams and promotional emails, all those adverts from different people wanting you to buy this and that. If you are not interested in some of them, you can unsubscribe from their email list, or you clean them up regularly. Use filters, archive emails instead of deleting to keep records without cluttering your inboxes. Yes, it's an old email, but it still has some useful information that you may need to make reference to in the future. Instead of deleting, put them in archive. Flag important emails. You can star them so that you can easily see them. Unsubscribe from unnecessary email list. Enable two-step verification. All right, before we go to Google Meet, let's see some of these things we have been describing since on our Gmail. So I will go to my Gmail. I will just show you some few things. Then we go to Google Meet and perhaps some other apps. So don't mind me, don't worry, you see everything on my email, not a problem. So imagine you have your Gmail. This is my own Gmail. And I believe you remember this which we shared yesterday. Now, how do you put labels? If you scroll down by your left, you can see different sections like your inbox, your starred, the snooze, the important, sent messages, draft messages, purchases, updates, forums, promotions. Some just come by default from Gmail. If you click that, you see schedule. You can also schedule your email. You can see spam. You should always also share. Sometimes important messages will come into your spam, and if they are not so important, you can of course delete all spam messages, as you can see from here. I don't need all of that, so I delete them all. So then you also have your trash. Your trash will of course contain your recent deleted messages, which you trashed, and every 30 days, they're automatically deleted. But if you don't want to wait up to your 30 days, you can click on empty trash now, and you have it emptied immediately. So the next is you can manage subscriptions or manage labels, but you can also create labels. Like I was telling you the other time, what are labels for? They just help you to sort your email into more clean and highly neat way. Like you can see, I have some emails. Some of these emails I dealt with them. I think I even linked this for my Yahoo Mail. I dealt with them some few years. I think some of them around 2015. So I just put them up all into a label. How do you create a label? You can see a plus here in front of labels. I also see a plus here. So you can use either of them to create your label so that you can easily manage your Gmail very well. So you click on it, you give the label a name. Let's say you always or you do receive emails regularly from school and you don't want it missing at any time. So you can click on it. Let's say I will just put TAU, right? And if you want to put it under an already existing label, then you can click on this next label under whatsoever. So then you click where you want to nest it under. It means If you click on next, it's under anyone, it will automatically come under some of the labels you have before. But that's not what I wanted. I want it to stand on its own. So I just create that new label. So here you go. Here is the label I just created. And so you can say I have some other labels like my UI label. If I open it now, some of the emails there are emails I got during those times from the University of Ibadan. You can imagine 2013, 2012, 2015, some important emails from that university. I put them in here. So I don't have to struggle if I'm looking for it. I just come here, I get them without stress. You can also see another one here. I call it Zenith Bank. So it has to do with some of the transactions some years back from Zenith Bank that were so important. So for yours, you can decide, okay, these are your TAU or TAU. Remember, I said no conversation with this label. Why is it saying that? Because I've not defined what should come actually to that particular label. So if I come to my inbox, if I come to my inbox, for instance, and I want to move. Now, if you look at my inbox, you observe that there are quite some things there. The first box you are seeing on this first email on my inbox is actually a box to select a particular email. So you can select a number of emails that you want to move to a particular label or folder, as the case may be. So label is like a folder. Yes, you can be dealing with folders on your computer or on your phone. So if you select them like that, you can move them. You can see when I did my selection, you can see on top, there is this arrow that is looking like a folder after this marker switch. I hope you can see. Yeah. So move to. So if I click on move to, all my labels will appear. And I can easily go to where I want to move it to. I want to move it to TAU. And I will click. And the moment I do that, you can see it just left my inbox. And I can find it easily in my TAU. So these are all the information just now. Right. How? Without stress. And I can work further with it by defining the kind of emails that should actually come to my TAU. I can do some advanced selection such that the moment those emails are coming in, you can easily go straight to that particular folder. Now, let me go back to my inbox. Another thing I can do is that, let's imagine I have a very, very important message that I wouldn't want to miss at any time. I can star it. Shortly after that selection box is star. You can see it's saying not start. So let's imagine this particular new sale I had for the next training we'll be having. If I start it, what will happen is that you can see this start showing me a yellow that I've started this particular email. What will happen is that this that I've started would have moved to this start folder or start label. So if I click on this start now, what it's saying is that I am already giving my email, I'm sectionalizing it in a way, I'm giving priority in a way to some of the emails I've received so that I don't miss whatsoever important thing I have on my email. So I have started. Anytime I come to start, I can easily share. Oh, you can see that which I just did now is this seller coming to start. And many other ones that I've started in time past. So when you start it, you are already giving it some level of priority. Now, the next after that, after your start, you can see a yellow bar showing importance. Gmail automatically puts this by itself. You can see you have important messages, purchases, socials. For example, if you have messages from your social handles, like your, what's it called? Your Instagram, you have updates from some places, promotions from some website, you will see them in some of these folders as the case may be. Like all of these now, they are promotions from Jumia, from Canva, for teachers. All of these are just adverts. They are trying to promote something, one thing or the other. So if I want, I can delete all of them. If I'm not interested. Or I can easily come here and check which of them do I have interest in, and of course check. And you can move any email from your inbox to any of the folders as well, just as I have shown you. So it's important that if you look at my email now, you can see there are hardly just few. I think these ones, okay, December 5, I've not gotten time, but from December 16 up to date, there are hardly few emails there that not as if I didn't receive some junk emails. I received them, I've deleted them all because I don't want a situation whereby a very important email will come in and I will not be able to see it on time. So very, very important, you know that. Now, there's something I would love to also take you through before we see how to compose emails. I want to show you something quickly, and it's also very important for you as a student and also professional. If you are still with me, can you please give me a very good emoji? You are still with me, give me your best emoji. You are still with me, give me your best emoji. You are still with me, give me your best emoji. I want to quickly show something before we do the next thing. I know I'm in Gmail, just don't worry. I know I'm in Gmail. All right, yes, I know I'm in Yahoo. All right, good. All right, let's go. Now, look at something. I want to show you something on my Yahoo Mail when I click on Compost. So when I click on Compost, you can see I have a signature already on my Yahoo Mail because I use Yahoo Mail most times to send some important information. Now, you can see what do I mean by signature? Before where I have the body of my email, you can see best regards, blah, 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 Jiboye, blah, blah, all of this. And I also included my professional links, my LinkedIn, my Google Scholar account, my OSID and ResearchGate account. You can as well do this. Yes, you can as well do this because it's not all the time that you have to be typing your name at the end of all emails you send. How will you do that? That's what I want to take you through quickly. I don't have it already done, but I think I would love to copy what I have here and put it on my. So if you have it anywhere, you can as well do copy. I would love to just copy it directly. So I'll come back to my Gmail. Then on your Gmail, you come to where you have settings. I'm sure you are familiar with where you have settings now. The settings, of course, is on the top right. So you have your settings. You click on your settings. Have I done the clicking? Yes. It's asking some few information. Well, if you want to do some customization, change of themes, you can do them here. You don't like the way it's looking. You want it black or blue or yellow. You can change them at the theme level. You want to set priorities. You want the important emails to come first. You can click it. You want unread emails to come first. Do those minor editing. But if you want to see all settings, just click on all settings. What we want to do is I want to set our signature. And when you get to more settings, under general, you can see quite a number of settings, but I will only be doing that of general. You can scroll down. We are looking for signature. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for signature. Signature, where are you? Good. So this is signature. If you want to change your what's it called? Your profile image, you can click on the profile image and do that on the top right corner there. So, but I want to create a signature. What is it saying? It's saying appended at the end of all outgoing messages. I love that a lot. And it also communicates very well to you. I mean, to your recipients that you know what you are doing. So what is it saying? Signature name. You have about 320 characters you can put. If you like, I can say yours sincerely, Emmanuel Edit, right? You can say, you can put all your affiliations, BSc in view or BSc neurology, whatsoever. It's just giving a kind of professional touch to your Gmail. But for me, this is what I want to put there. Oh, sorry. What is asking us there is just the signature name. So let's just call it signature name. Let's just call it just the name. We still have opportunities to do the edit or done. So now, when you do that, you can then put all of those information I just said. Yours sincerely, Clement Ajiboye, lecturer, University of Ibadan, or Lee City University, or Thomas Adeomu University, you know, of course, one at a time. But this is what I want to put. So you can as well do, now how do you achieve all of this? You can see the moment you input the label, I mean the signature name, it brought in this pane that looks like your Microsoft Word where you can edit. So you edit that quickly. Master in public health. Somebody says, yours is, okay, let's use yours sincerely. Oluboro de Mary. I'm going to use that. I love that. So I'm going to use yours sincerely, Oluboro de Mary. So what's your qualification? Masters, MSc, okay? MSc, our qualification is MSc. So under our name, I will just put MSc Public Health. Public Health. I think MSc Public Health is written at MPH. Yeah, MPH. So, and perhaps let's assume you're also a member of the local organizing committee of the 11th ACS Nigeria Symposium. And let's imagine your department is, what's our department now? Public Health. Okay, let's say our department is Department of Public Health. So you edit all of that, Public Health. And then, of course, this will be, let's change this to Thomas Adewumi University. So you edit it. You can change. I will show you how to change all those colors in a jiffy. Let's remove this Ibadan. And let's put Kwara State. Kwara State. Then, now, all of this, there are things you can do. How will you do this? You just come, type your LinkedIn, right? Then highlight it and come to where you have link. I hope you can see my cursor. There's a place where you have link. I'm trying to hover my mouse on that. So you click on it. The moment you click, oh, sorry. Let me come back to that. Because I've done it before, I have to do a Control Z, but because I've done it before, that's why he removed it immediately. So now it's saying type or paste a link. So you just go to your LinkedIn profile and copy your LinkedIn profile and paste it there. And you have successfully done that. And you click enter. And by that, you have done it. The same way, you put your bar, all of this the same way. Then how do you change the color? Just highlight the places you want to change their different color and come to, where am I? Where is the color? Okay. So come to where you have A and a bar under A. So you can see background color. My background color is white. If you want your own to be blue, that's the background. It will change to blue. And you can see a blue color under it there. But I don't want blue. I want my own as white. So I've done Control Z. So I want, sorry. Yeah. I want to change that color. The text color now, you just click any text color you want to use and you click on it and you can see it's changing without stress. And there you go. And you, of course, you have successfully created. So you scroll down and you see save changes, and you click on save changes. So the moment you do that, when you now come and click compose, automatically, somebody is asking what's the meaning of GBG. What's, hey, inside my, if you are staying with me in this class, say yes, I am with you. Say yes, sir. Just say yes, sir. I think some people are already playing. Maybe I should just throw out a question. Abdurrahman Zainab, are you sure you are with me in this class? Are you sure you are with me in this class? Following up, and I believe attendance has been taken automatically. Okay. Abdurrahman Zainab, you are still okay. Okay. Please, little of play. Let's pay attention, please. Thank you. Yes, I can see you are with me. Excellent. That's fine. Thank you. All right, let's go back. We want to create our email now. So you observe that the signature we have imputed, we of course should, where's our signature? It's not here. No. Oh, something where, I think I clicked saved. Let me go back and see that. My signature supposed to appear. Did I click saved? I think I did. Signature, where are you? Okay. So now, see what happened? I was supposed to, now it's saying for new email use, because I did not select that it should insert my signature. So that's why it's not showing that signature. So I can say, okay, for every new email, since the title of the signature I just included here is Ajiboye, I will say, yes, it should make it so. Also, while replying or forwarding emails to, it should make it so. It's now saying insert signature before quoted text in replies and remove the inline that precedes it. I can as well select that, or I leave it at that. Then I will come back and save changes. So by the time we now go to compose our email now, you see what has happened. Excellent. So the moment I open that up, you can see yours sincerely, Oluboro de Mary, MPH, all of those other information that is required for that. Very well. So now, of course, like I said, your recipient email, you write that, very important. That, then if you want to do a carbon copy, you select the CC. If you want several emails you want, and you don't want each of them to receive separately, you also select BCC. Then the subject of your email, assignment, or Google productivity assignment, right? Google GP assignment. Then, of course, always start your email with a polite salutation. Dear sir, or dear ma, or dear madam, or dear prof, or dear Clement, or dear Murayo. Always start with a very good salutation. And of course, trust my message meets you well. And whatever other information you want to put in there, always ensure that you make it concise, simple, straightforward, not too ambiguous. Then you don't need to put yours sincerely again, since you already have your signature imputed inside your email. Perhaps you want to add an attachment, or let me just put something somewhere. Let me just put something. Let me take something from somewhere and just bring it into that email. And let's see. Okay. So imagine you have this inside your email. So you can see that very important email. You can see the salutation there. And you can see very concise, how many paragraphs, just about 3 or 4 paragraphs. with the detailed information, with each information that wants to capture the attention of the reader, bolding. How do you bolding? Just come, select that aspect of the email, and come to where you have B under. So you have B, just click on it, and it will bolden it for you. And you can as well italicize if you want. You can change the font type if you want. How do you do that? Select all the email, come to where you have fonts, press Ctrl Shift 5 or Ctrl Shift 6, and you just select and change to anyone you wish is you feel is okay for you. Then you can as well give color, just like we did the other time, to any aspect of the email. And of course, you come here and change the text color to whatsoever you want, depending on the kind of email you are sending. Don't forget, you can also include links, right? Let's say you want to refer the person to a particular link. You can select and include the link by clicking on inserting link. But one thing I will do now is that I will attach a document. So you can also put the link to your slides, the link to your Google form, the link to your Google Sheet. You can put them as well. So you can either copy and paste it, or instead of copying and pasting, you just come here and click on this insert link down, almost down left or down middle. You can see insert link. When you click on it, it will bring a dialog box asking you the text. So if it is a Google form, I can just say form, or yeah, I can just say form. And what do I do next? I copy the link to that form. Let me back so that I can get the link to the form here. So let's assume this is the link. I do a copy and I come back to my email and paste it. So what will only be appearing on my email will be form, whereas the recipient can click on it immediately and it will take him or her to that form. So I can just, okay, if I have sheet again, I can come, select this link and call it sheet, then take the link to my sheet and copy it, for instance, and then come back to my Gmail and paste the link here. So it's only sheet that will be appearing, whereas the link has already embedded inside that sheet, such that you don't have just, now imagine if I just paste the link, see how the links look like inside the body of the email. So you can as well use that to ensure you have a very clean email. Then of course, you can as well attach directly either from your computer by clicking on this attach icon. The moment you do that, it will load the computer to be able to locate where the attachment is. So let's imagine I need a very small stuff. No. Slide productivity, I think this should be very small. 12 megabytes. Okay, 1.3, excellent. So I just open, and of course, it will show this bar. Until the bar is complete, it has not yet been fully uploaded. Then I can send my email. Now, if you look at this email, it has the title, that's the subject of the email, right? So you have the subject of the email, and you also have salutation, and of course, some other information about the email. So in this case now, I can call it invitation, because that's actually what the content of the email is. To facilitate survey training. So that's actually what that email is all about. So after that, after the salutation, you can see what information they want you to come and do. Then some other details about it and some other information. And if there are people who have registered for the program, I can say, okay, this is the link to the form and the sheet. And of course, you send your email. by clicking this. So if you send the way it is now, you can send directly. That means the email will go immediately. Somebody is rejoicing because she saw crossover. Definitely you will cross over. All right. But you can as well schedule. Imagine I want this email sent tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So all I need to do is in front of your send, you can see an arrow down. So you click on that arrow down. So it will bring you a schedule send. And you can come and schedule. You want to pick, okay, it said 8 a.m. Well, if that's what I want, I will click on it. If not, I will click pick date and time myself. And it will bring something that looks like a calendar for me. And I can say, okay, I want it sent 11 a.m. I will type my AM, it will automatically recognize it on, okay, let me even set it as 11:43 or 45 a.m. today. Okay, I'm almost in 11:45, about 12 p.m. of tomorrow. Tomorrow is too far. Okay, let me just click schedule send. So automatically it will tell me my email has been scheduled. And that's why you are seeing on my left here that scheduled email. I have one email there. So if I've changed my mind that I want to send it immediately, I can come to this schedule and click on it and click on the email again. And then I want to cancel the schedule. I cancel it. It will return back to a draft. You can see that. Then I can easily just send it immediately. So it's sending, it says it has sent. Thank God. Thankfully, I sent it to myself, so I should receive it in a jiffy. Yeah. Now I have it here in my email. So you can see, as I was saying, remember we use link in all of these places. So I can click any of those links and it will take me to those information. Can you see? It will take your recipient to all of those information you have inside the link, and it also tells a lot. And I can as well click all the link to see the information about this sender, and there you go. You have got value this morning. Can you please give me your best emoji? You have got value. Give me your best emoji. Give me your best emoji. Give me your best emoji. You have got value. Give me your best emoji. Who's there? Who's there? You have got value. Give me your best emoji. All right. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. All right. Fine. So quickly, that is that, about your Gmail that we want to cover. And if you want to also look at what you have sent, of course, you will see a sent folder that you can easily click on and check through. That's a sent folder there. Draft means the ones you have drafted that you have not sent before now. And lastly on our list is your Google Meet. Thankfully, we are on Google Meet, so everybody is familiar. Everybody is familiar with Google Meet, and of course, it's where we all meet. It's also a web-based, that is, it's cloud-based, for conference, for meetings, for video coverage, for communication, and as well as collaboration. And of course, it's not complex at all. It's free, yes, except if you want to upgrade to versions that can allow you to some advanced features. And of course, you can as well use it on your smartphones and your tablet as well. All right, you can connect anywhere, like I said before. And how do you access your Google Meet? Just click on meet.google.com. If you already have, assuming that you all have a Gmail now, and just like we used to say, just go to your Gmail, you see the 9 dots, click on the 9 dots, and ensure that you see where there is Meet, which we are going to see soon, and we are going to create one before our time lapses. Then you sign in if you have an account, and you see your meet. You can set up your meeting, you can join and as well host meeting. In every meeting, definitely there are pro tips. Always ensure you join the meeting on time. You know, it's not in all cases when the meeting is set at 10 and you are just coming in 10:01. It shows how well, how do I put it, professional you are. And ensure your mic is always muted until you are allowed to speak by the moderator to avoid distractions. If you must speak, raise your hand. All of these things I know you have been doing and familiar with. So it's only in appropriate times that you put on your cameras. Ensure you have tested all your gadgets, your audio, your video, your earpiece, to avoid some technical errors and issues. Avoid being distracted, like many of you may be. Somebody said we are familiar, but you restricted us from joining it. I guess probably he or she meant the Google Meet. All right, so avoid multitasking. Very, very important. When people connect, ideas grow. With Google's tools, distance is no longer a barrier to working together. Many of you are at the confines of your home enjoying your Christmas break. And on a lighter note, somebody was saying, was it yesterday, that how do we enjoy Christmas with all of these classes that we are doing? That's funny anyway. So here am I now on my Gmail, my 9 dots, and you can see your Meet. So quickly I will open the Meet, and it will open on another tab. And I will also open my calendar because there's something I also want you to see in calendar. Then quickly I will also open my keep notes, which is also important in the next few minutes. Now, this is your interface for Google Meet. And there you go, you have meetings and calls, meetings and calls. So now, what do you do here? Now you can see it's telling you the time, giving you the date. It's saying, do you want to set up a new meeting? If you click this, it will bring out about 2 or 3 options, 3 options. Create a meeting for a later time. You want to schedule a meeting for tomorrow, you can click on this. And when you click on it, it will bring out information you want to set in for that meeting. The joining info, the joining link. So this is what you are going to copy and send to everyone. And until you start the meeting, it may be difficult for people to join. So it means if you are the one scheduling the meeting, you have to come early, ensure you are up, and then, of course, being the host, you'll be able to accept others into the meeting. So you can as well come here and start an instant meeting. I wouldn't want to do that now because, of course, I'm on the meeting already. So it will load, and from there you can copy the link to join the meeting. So let me do it back. I hope both of them are not interfering with each other. Okay, now we're back. So okay, so you have, if I click on this, you can as well schedule it on a Google Calendar. Like myself, I do this a lot. If I want to schedule a task on Google Calendar, let's say I have a training or a class, I can schedule it. And so you can click on your Google Calendar and it will load your Google Calendar. It will load your Google Calendar, and then you can schedule a task or a meeting or whatsoever on your Google Calendar while doing that. So let's see, it's loading, and let's wait for it to load. Now we usually join 15 minutes before time. Oh, that's a good one. So here is one of the options from my Google Calendar. What happens is that the moment I do this, it will show immediately on my calendar. And as well, it will give me a link with which I can use. So it said add title. let's say I want to call it CHM 703 class. If this is the title I want to give it, what date, you can select the date, what time to what time. So I can select, let's say I want it done on my birthday, and let's say between 12 and 2 p.m., just 2 hours. So what time zone? Is it West African time? Is it Canadian time? You can select all of that as well. So you can do that. Do you want it to be constantly repeated all day, or you just want it every Saturdays, weekly, every Saturdays? So I'm already taking you or teaching you how to set up your calendar now, weekly on Saturdays, or you want to customize it. Let's say you used to have the class. If you click on customize, you can say repeat once every week, or you say Mondays and Thursdays and Sunday or Saturday. You just click, let's say it's Mondays and Thursdays. How do you want it? Should it end after the first occurrence or 13th occurrence? I don't want it to end every week. That's where I want it to be done. So you click done. And this is the link. You can see it has automatically generated a Google Meet link for you. So you can copy that and, of course, save it somewhere or send it to your people. So you want the notification, that is, you want an alarm 30 minutes or a few minutes before the meeting. And because I have quite a number of calendar, that's why it's asking me which one I want to use it. So if you want any description, master's class. So let me just give you that, just a description. Then you click on save. Which day did I put it? January 3rd. So we'll go and check. Okay, let me show you my calendar first before we come back to come and check. So this is December 2025, and you can see quite a number of schedules I have. All right, but let's go to January, and I will see January 3rd. So you can see there's nothing in January. No, I'm still not in January. This is still showing me December. Okay. January 2026. So you can see absolutely few things in January 3rd. Okay, just a few things in January 3rd, but that's not part of it yet. So I'm going to save the one I just created now, and I will now refresh that my calendar, and you see what is going to happen immediately. So it said event saved for January 3rd. So I can now come and see if actually it has been saved for January 3rd. Where is January 3rd? Okay. So here is January 3rd. Good. So January 3rd. What just happened? Thought I did a saving somewhere. What time did I pick? I think it was it 12 to 2 I picked the other time? Yes, I think so. Let me do a refresh, because ideally I should have it on my 3rd January without stress there. What I have there presently is the ones I had worked with before. Okay, let me see. Only Clement Ajiboye calendar. Okay. It's not showing me. I don't know why that is happening. I'll do a refresh. Okay, I think I did save it. So ideally, what I'm supposed to see is to see my saved event on my January 3rd and see the link as well. So, but since that is not happening, so let me go back to my Google Meet. Okay. So another thing you can do, remember we have seen how we can schedule on calendar and come back and fix that. Then start an instant meeting, then create a meeting or later. You can as well join through a link, I believe. If you have a link, you just copy the code in front of the link, and automatically the join box, the join link will appear to your right hand side. And that is all about. And when you join the meeting, just like we have done here, you have some features like your microphone, your video. This is to present in case you want to present any document. When you click on it, to give you opportunity to select what you want, your emoji. I believe many of you are familiar with this already. We have just 3 minutes more. Yes. For that 3 minutes more, let me quickly show you how to schedule a task using your calendar. So this is my calendar, and showing me I want a month view. How do you go to calendar? Just go to calendar.google.com. It's also one of the tools you can have access to on your Google Workspace. So I want month view. So good. So this is my calendar, and you can see quite a number of things already scheduled for me. Most of them are classes I used to do. So imagine I want to set up a task for tomorrow, which is tomorrow, 31st of December. So I will just come, I will click, I can add a task or an event. So let's imagine I want to add a task. I can click on that date, 31st. So when I click on that date, another way I can do, either I come through this route and just click any space within that 31st, I can adjust the timing or date, or you just come here on to your left-hand side here, where you have the calendar, and move to December 2025, and click the date itself, which is December 31st. When it loads, it will show you all the timing for that particular day. And of course, you can click very close to, let's say I want to make or create the task for 12th of December. So I will click there, and I can now click the title, class, right? December 11:30 to 12:30. That's not the time. You can change it if you so wish. Then you can as well add a Google Meet conferencing link. Just click on it. Automatically, it will generate a link for you. So if you click on it, it will add. You can add location, add description or attachment. Click for more options. It will give you that. Then and click save. Just do your editing. Automatically, it will be added up to your calendar. And what will that do? If you click on that calendar, and you can have the detailed information about the join with Google Meet. You can copy this and send it to your people that you have scheduled that meeting for. And with that, you can imagine that there are quite enormous opportunity you have on your Google Workspace. There's one I've not even talked about, which is just to keep your notes. Very, very important too. And you can, in fact, for the past close to more than 5 or 6 years, I've been using this now, and I don't have any struggle to be looking for what I wrote sometimes back. I just put them under different labels, and I can access them on all my devices, even on my phone presently, just as I'm accessing it on my laptop. That's called Keep Notes, just for keeping notes, and then making a productive use of all the available information and gadgets you have at your disposal. So you will agree with me one more time that when people connect, idea grows. And with your Google tools, distance is no barrier to working together. So ladies and gentlemen, and by that we have come to the end of today's class. I wouldn't know if there are questions or any comment, but I will welcome Mr. Ezekiel to take the floor at this time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Jiboye. Thank you for this wonderful session. Everyone, please can you give him your best emoji as always? Please give him your best emoji. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Favor. Thank you, Taslimat. Thank you, Adewale Abdul Kamal. Thank you, everyone. Google Meet, Tomiwa, as always, Tomi, Esther, Kinde, which one again? Olasumbo. Thank you very much. All right. This is just the end of today's training. And by the grace of God, next year we will meet. That next year is just next week, right? So please do enjoy yourself and enjoy your holiday. Remember all the previous videos. Make sure you watch them. For example, the spreadsheet. Don't forget your caption project will be in January, for example, that is when you will do your spreadsheet. And if you are actually following up very well, with this Google Workspace productivity, you will see that your Google form is linking to your Google Sheets, right? So that means that you can actually create a survey of whether people are happy, entering New Year, right? And then you analyze the data for us, with your Google spreadsheet. Okay, that's just that. And for your office productivity workspace assignment, the instructor is grading you already, and if you like, you can look at the spreadsheet and you will see how you are being judged by that. Please do enjoy yourself and see you next year. Bye.